Reaching a big milestone in another big year. Time just keeps on marching on, that is crystal clear. 23 full years of questing, no banks or deaths, I've got my tricks. RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, questing through 2006. Welcome back to August 15th, 2006. I'm just planting fruit trees all over the place. Got another apple tree seed. So we're just going to plant that here in Catherby. Here's that rock we could grapple. That's fun. We don't have a grapple though. That's okay. Would not be typically bringing in an apple tree seed. But I'm going to be stopping right now. So I had the seed. Might as well plant it. Get a couple farming XP. And of course, I got that apple tree seed. Chopping oak logs to make into oak planks to train construction. Still, there is 66 construction. That is the banner easel. It's in the heraldry spot. So you can do banners, shields, and helmets. It's fun. No teak treasure chest yet. You can make a round wall-mounted shield with your crest on it too. In a few different places. New plants, sunflowers and rosemary. See if we want to decorate the garden a little bit here. Crystal of Power with elemental staff changing stuff. And not a map decoration. Not yet. There's 67 construction. That is teak thrones for the throne room. Teak shelves 2 for the kitchen. Mahogany eagle and demon lecterns for the study. Iron railings for the formal garden. Limestone spiral staircases for the skill and quest hall and later dungeon. It makes it so you can actually go up and down with one staircase. Let's see if I can't replace this with a spiral staircase, in case we ever want to go underground. Also, mahogany pet feeder, mahogany pet house, and polar habitat for the room that doesn't exist. Oh, this also happens when you're chopping a whole bunch of oak logs. There is 93 woodcutting. My goodness. And that is the level for nourished ancient effigies, once that exists. Effigies. Not so much of a thing as they used to be. And will be. Not yet. Oak logs. 68 construction. More stuff here. Need to go pick up this apple tree seed here. I got multiple spirit seeds, which are way too high level. And only apple seed besides that. If I could get some higher level that I can still plant seeds, that'd be great. Be very helpful for the farming. Anyways, this is a quest requirement. Later on, a teak toy box. Put up a celestial globe in the study. Topiary hedges for the formal garden. Choose between a steel cage or an oak trapdoor in the throne room. Use the oak lever to drop people from the trapdoor back into the omelette. Then they can use the oak ladder to climb back out. Have up to 27 rooms, which we absolutely don't. And a new style connected to said quest. On the plus side, the pineapple plant is done. So we actually get the XP from this now. That is 4,600. If we get more of those and less 1,200 or whatever from the apples, that'd be great. Also papayas would be good. But not palms. Can't use palms yet. Anyways. 69 construction. A very holy level here. Lots of stuff in the chapel. Medium statues, chapel organ, decorative chapel windows, marble incense burners. Very fancy. Some of these are marble, and that's very expensive, so probably not going to make those. And later, carved teak wardrobes and anchor decorations. And there is 70 construction. Milestone, achievement, all that. Also went and planted a few more low-level trees. If I get anything actually decent at some point, that might show us, but more apple trees is not really noteworthy at this point. Level 70. What new stuff we get? Quest requirement. Dungeon. Later, also the dungeon pit. Same idea. But yeah, we can have a dungeon in the house now. Could make a dungeon entrance to get down in the dungeon. That is a marble block though, so just putting the dungeon down a staircase is a much more cost-effective way to do it. Down in the dungeon, put some oak and steel cage, specifically in the omelette part. Add some skeleton guards to the dungeon, which is pretty much all you really can add. Basically, you have the omelette with the few things that are in there, and some skeletons. It's just your starter dungeon, though. We're working on it. Also, later, a pit dog goes in the pit dungeon room that doesn't exist yet. And aside from that, a marble altar. Being very fancy in the altars here. This one also requires marble. This one 2 times marble. Getting expensive. Getting expensive. And we have definitely been spending a lot of the money here. We are down to 1.2 million coins. Later on, mounted sharks, tundra ground style, base camp, lodge, tier 2, mahogany construction contracts, command center tier 2, refined U planks and U frames. Lots of other construction things in the future. Well, if things go how I want them to go, we'll be having a very high construction level before any of that happens, in order to make the most use of some other features in here. Well, that is a situation for later, that's for sure. For right now, we need to get to updates. I already went and got some runes, so we can teleport around. That'll be very convenient. Lots of places to go. We're going to discuss the first few here in the house, though. Definitely need to do some decorating. Probably next time here. On August 22nd, 2006. Quite a few different things. First up, naming conventions for various items have been made clearer. You had all kinds of stuff with all the same little letters in brackets indicating something about the item. But a lot of them had shared letters, and it was very unclear what's actually going on. You had U longbow U for unstrung, and also the Ring of Kairos U for unlocked. Well, that's been changed to the Ring of Kairos A, activated. The God books, pages that you got from Treasure Trails, was Torn God page S, Z, or G. And that was taken out the abbreviation completely. Now that they're just Saradomin, Zamrak, and Guthix pages. Very simple. The Serum 207 and the Serum 207P for permanent. That was changed to the Serum 208. Because the P means something else completely in other situations. In Recipe for Disaster, there was the Asgarnian Ale G, because you added a gold to it. Not gold trimmed, gold inside of it. So that was changed to the Asgoldian Ale, which is much better. Blackjacks had A for assault. That's been changed to O, offensive. Probably to try to do less assaulting people while thieving. You basically are, though. That's alright. But the real change here, and the one with the longest effects for the future, was the changes to poisons. You've got your regular poisons, extra strong poisons, and super strong poisons. These were abbreviated on your daggers and arrows and such as P for regular, plus for extra, and S for super. But S was also for, like, Saradomin and such. And changing from letters to symbols was complicated too. So now, instead of having a Dragon Dagger S super poisoned DDS, it is now a DDP++. And no one has ever called it that for the last 18 years. It's a whole thing. The DDS, even when it's not super poisoned, even when you just have P or P+, you really want the P++ poison. Well, that's no matter. Poison no longer even goes on weapons after emotional combat or something. So that's not even a thing. Anyways, moving on to new prayers. We've now got range and magic accuracy prayers. Later on, there's other prayers in here too. And for whatever reason, in RuneScape 3, we can't get access to the lower level prayers. They're just replaced with the best ones. Varying lower prayer levels here. Topping out at 45. You got Sharp, Hawk, and Eagle Eye. And then Mystic, Lore, Will, and Might. Just your basic plus 5, 10, 15% range and mage accuracy. No extra damage, but accuracy basically is damage too, so. These are free to play, which is very nice. Helps a little bit for the lack of things you actually really have in free to play, as far as range and mage are really concerned. And for just whenever you're trying to do those combat, you can get a little bit of boost, so that's fun. The Dragon Axe is now actually better than a Rune Axe. This entire time, it's just been the same, but red. So now it's actually a better axe, and requires 61 woodcutting to use, since it's actually better now. At some point, we would like to get a Dragon Axe. That'd be really good for woodcutting. Well, that requires fighting the Dagonoth Kings, and that is a bit of a mess. Also, we probably want to wait till we can put the axe away. Right now, this adamant axe is doing fine. There was a bug with bone crossbows. They could fire bolts that they weren't supposed to. So now they can no longer fire pearl and opal bolts. There was old bolts, now there's new bolts. Bronze with the tips and the enchants and the yada yada. Crossbows. Whole thing. Next up, very helpful for us, or at least it would have been. Heading to Camelot, heading over to Catherby, because there's a new thing in Catherby. And also a whole bunch of other places. New boats. Specifically, charter ships. Just get onto the dock here. Yeah, slightly different place than it would have been before. That's alright. We've got charter trade crew members and all kinds of stuff here. Talk to them, and they'll give us some information. Can I help you? Yes. Who are you? I'm one of Trairstan's crew. We are all part of the largest fleet of trading and sailing vessels to ever sail the 7 seas. If you want to get to a port in a hurry, you can charter one of our ships to take you there, if the price is right. So where exactly can I go with your ships? We run ships from Port Phasmatis over to Port Tyrus, starting at Port Sarum, Catherby, Brimhaven, Karamja, specifically Musa Point, the Shipyard, and Port Khazard. We might dock at Moss the Harmless once in a while as well, if you catch my meaning. Wow, that's a lot of ports. Do you have some exotic stuff to trade? We certainly do. You have access to items bought and sold from around the world. Would you like to take a look? Yes, please. And here is the stock. Like I said, they go all around the world, all sorts of places. From Port Phasmatis to the new Port Tyrus. It's over at Tyrus Camp in the Elven Lands. A much more convenient way to get into the Elven Lands instead of running through Arendar or the Underground Pass. But yeah, they've got a lot of stuff in here. Some very cool stuff. Most useful and important would be buckets of slime, stuff for making glass, like buckets of sand, seaweed, and soda ash, pineapples you can use to make super compost, and all these things are gone. All the good stuff has been removed from the shop for some reason. Pineapples and seaweed can be obtained later elsewhere here, but for right now, not available. There's also the Tyrus helm, which is just a helmet like the Tyrus guys have. That's the real only new thing in here. Just a general store plus a whole bunch of other stuff, lots of which has no stock anymore. Unfortunate. They also have the whole chartering business here. All the places. And the amount it costs can vary greatly. It's much more expensive than the regular ships. We're talking hundreds to a few thousand coins, depending on where you're going. Longer trips cost more. You can kind of finagle it by going to certain stops and then going to another spot, going to a cheaper spot again. Not really worth the effort for the most part. But you can also decrease the price by 50% if you've completed Cabin Fever, which we have, or if you are wearing a Ring of Kairos A. If you have both of those, it's minus 75%. So, getting relatively cheap. This is a good way to get to various places. Get back over to Port Phasmatis so we can pick up the Ectophile without having to run from Canifis. Get to Port Tyrus, very nice. Port Khazard, different way to get there. The shipyard is an interesting spot. There's not one in Ardoin, so you'd have to go to Brimhaven and then take the boat from Brimhaven to Ardoin. There is one over here and over here, though. Oh, lots of different spots. Lots of different spots. Getting to the ships in the first place, best one's mostly going to be teleporting to Camelot, right down here to Catherby. But from here, more options. It's always nice to have some more transportation options. It's pretty good, pretty convenient. Continuing on August 29th, 2006, Postbag from the Hedge 10, featuring the King Black Dragon, Fremnix, and Rocknars. Rocknars are in the Ovalette, in the Player Owned House dungeon. Haven't got quite to that level yet. That's alright. Also, along with sending in letters to ask questions and such, I'm also looking to start up a player-submitted art gallery page. So, also send in your various arts of things. And some of the art you could be sending in would be of the new graphical reworks to various monsters. Green, blue, red, black, and King Black dragons. Hill, moss, ice, and fire giants. Lesser, greater, and black demons. So, basically, dragons, giants, and demons. Looking a little bit more fancy. Not the last graphical rework these will get. That's alright. It is a whole process. On August 31st, 2006, a new section in the website knowledge base. Area guides. Starting with all of free-to-play areas and dungeons, you get a little bit of information on the history, culture, maps of the areas, features that are there, people, quests, and monsters. And a few other things too. They're just bits of information available on the website. On September 1st, 2006, behind the scenes post, just here on the 1st, It's a good spot for it. New stuff with the Morytania, skill guides, and temple knights, along with a few other things. Lots going on. And the first update here on September 4th, 2006. We got 2 places to go take a look at. First of which is back over near Ardoin. Not much we can actually do here just yet. It's more of a putting stuff in the game that's going to be used later. I just have it on the map ready to go. If we leave Ardoin here and head a little bit to the east, past the dungeon here, instead of just having the sea, we now have a whole town and then the sea. The fishing village of Witchhaven. It is a giant mess. All the boats are broken and sunk. All the villagers are destitute. Hey, how's it going? Hello there. What have you got to be so cheerful about? Well, it's another nice day. Try worrying about how you feed a family with no job, then tell me how nice a day it is. Okay, I guess I've caught you on a bad time. Goodbye. They are not doing great. And also not doing great is things to do in the town here. They got an altar, a spinning wheel, and not even a fishing shop yet. So, they're having problems. We will be looking at their problems later. But for now, we have a different quest to do. The next quest. The Darkness of Hollowvale. Requiring, in aid of the Morytania, and all the pre-requirements to that, for some reason continues to say ability to enter Morytania. How you've completed in aid of the Morytania without having that already done is the question, but not going to worry about it. Another quest requiring 5 construction, and we're level 70 already, so I think we got that under control. 20 mining, 22 thieving, 26 agility, 32 crafting, 33 magic, and 40 strength. A good collection of requirements there. Items, we need some nails, not very many, can easily accomplish that. 2 planks, runes for telekinetic grab, which can potentially be obtained during the quest. Also need a hammer, a knife, would be good. And we also get charcoal and papyrus during the quest, which should be fine. So basically, we know we get a few planks, make some nails, or try to buy them from the shop that kind of sort of exists. I don't think there was nails in there though. We just make our own nails. And we already have the runes for it, telekinetic grab, since that's just a law and an air rune. Very convenient, very cool. And we also already have the hammer. Doing great. So basically we need 2 planks, some nails, and a knife. And that is easily doable. And then we need to get all the way over to Berg Darat to talk to Valefertz. Ghast ate 2 of my sharks in the swamp while I was getting over here. Anyways, Valiaf. Hello again. How's things? I'd say we've achieved a successful mission. This will be our new command base. I've scheduled some recon missions for the area. Secondary phase of operations will involve intelligence missions in the Sanguinesti region. We may need your help with that. We'll also need to extend a diplomatic mission into Misthalin in an effort to secure allies in our fight against Draken. What will you do here in Bergdarat? Oh, the usual. Keep a low profile and keep an eye on what the vampires are up to. We've come across a lot of information recently about what went on in Morytania before Draken came here. Mainly thanks to you. We'll need to spend some time looking through that and seeing if it's of any use to us. Why check in the Sanguinesti region? It's where most of us came from. Many of us still have friends or relatives there, and we presume that they're still being farmed for blood in the ghettos of the Sanguinesti region. That sounds awful. And that's why we fight the vampires, even though the odds are stacked against us. If we do find any members of the monarchy, we'll see if we can help out and join forces. Why ask Mistlin for some help? We can't hope to fight the power of the vampires alone. They're the most fearsome supernatural entity you could hope to come up against. We'll need help from Mistlin by the bucket load if we're to stand a chance against them. Something I can do to help out. Well, we've been thinking of scouting a route into the Sanguinity region for some time now. Are you interested to learn more details? Would you like to take on this quest? Yep. That's why we're here. Tell me more. Well, we need you to find a way into the Sanguinity region. It's important that we find out if there are any members of the monarchy still active there. How should I get into the Sanguinity region? There's a wall to the east that you can find impassable to get past. It's higher than any building in Berg Durat, and it's patrolled by the Firewatch. The wall extends all the way out to the sea, but you may be able to find a way around it. Search around Berg Durat. You may find something to help you. Okay. Thanks. Search around Berg Durat. Not a huge amount of stuff going on in Berg Durat. Well, we can find what we're looking for here. Specifically, in the direction that we need to go. Over towards this new region. New stuff. New places. And we'll get there by boat. Lots of new boats, too. This boat is slightly worse state here. Schooner. It's not schooner. It's a sailboat. Search the boat. This boat looks pretty broken and needs a serious overhaul. It's missing a plank and 4 nails. We will repair the boat with our plank and 4 nails. Managed to fix the boat. You feel it's a good job. Well done. 5 construction. Apparently for this we've figured out how to not bend the nails immediately. Well, that's the lowest part of construction. My goodness. And then there's also the boat chute here. Too damaged for the boat to be launched. Fix the boat chute. Chute is pretty poor condition. You don't think you'll get the boat down in this state. Looks like you'll need 1 plank and 4 nails to repair it. Indeed. Fix the boat chute. Just add a plank. Nice to fix it. Feels a good job. Well done. We're doing great. Now we can push the boat down the slipway. This takes place in a tiny little square here. Brilliant. Anyways, this gets us the boat. We'll board the boat and be on our way. Sailing out to the sea to where the wall goes all the way out here. Dive the boat, a portion of wall that looks climbable. Jump onto the rocks. And from here we can see the Firewatch. Thirsty looking airborne bloodsucker. Oh boy. Just what you want to see. Climbing up onto this broken wall. It is a whole mess. And the Firewatch are here. Floorboards seem to squeak a little as you go past. Kick them down. And climb down. The floorboards, they crack and fall. We jump down, climb over a wall. And we are in to the city of Morytania. Another just terrible place to be for everyone involved. Hello, citizen. Leave me alone. Sorry, but I need to ask a couple of questions. Well, I guess so. What do you do here? I'm just trying to make a living the best way I can. You haven't got some food, have you? I'm lost. Can you help? Well, you're in a Sector 1. If you were hoping for any other help than that, I'm very sorry. I find it hard enough to help myself. Life's so very hard here. For too long they'll be wanting to have another blood tithing, and then I'll feel just awful again. What's a blood tithing? You must be new here, else you'd know for sure. It's where we have to give a blood tithe to the vampires. They do it on a weekly basis, a different sector each week, so they don't kill us all off. Do you know about the Morytania? Maybe a little bit tactical here, do it with a whisper. Yes, but I really can't talk about them. More questions? What can you tell me about the Sanguinity region? Yep, that's where we are at the moment. This place, Morytania, is just one large ghetto. The city is sectioned off so the vampires can collect blood tithes on a rotational basis. That way they don't kill us all off in one go. What do you know about the vampires? They're monsters. I know that much. I've never known anything else, but I have a feeling it might be nice to not have to live in fear the whole time, worrying if I'm going to make the next blood tithe quota. I know that the juveniles are the lowest form of the vampires, most likely converted from some sort of bipedal creature, probably human. Juvenites are initiated juveniles who've had some training or are starting to get some special powers. After that, you have the Firewatch. They're nasty. Really nasty. And what do you know about Draken? Draken? Which one? Ranus or Venescula? Well, I was referring to the main Draken, you know, the overlord of Morytania. Nothing has been seen of him for many years now. Some people say they occasionally see Ranus or Venescula flying about, but it's not too often. Okay. Somewhat helpful. The situation here is dire. The Firewatch are the worst. We don't want to mess with them too much. We just want to look around. Got juveniles in here too. Place is a whole mess. Place is a whole mess. We got murdered children here also. And Trader Sven. Hello. Hello? Hello. I wondered if I could have a chat. Well, I guess so. What do you know? What do you know, Sven? I'm lost. Lost? Well, I can tell you're in Sector 1 if that helps. Do you live here then? Live here? Huh. I exist here. Survive here even. No one actually lives here. We all gave up ideas of living a long time ago. That sounds awful. It is. It's terrible. But keep your sympathy, my friend. It's wasted on the likes of us. What do you do here? I'm a black market trader. Fancy taking a look at my wares? What sort of stuff you got? Well then, young lad, that is a good question. In fact, I specifically deal in Firewatch uniforms. They might leave you alone a bit more if they think you're one of them. Makes it easier to move around the sectors without them demanding a blood tithe every time you dare breathe. So then, do you want to have a look at my stuff? Yeah, sure. I'll have a look at your wares. Good on you, lad. Good on you. He's got citizen outfits and Firewatch outfits. Like he said, having the Firewatch set makes you able to sneak around slightly better. That's not a huge concern. If you're much lower level and concerned about the Firewatch, you can make use of that. Not to worry about that. Let's see what else he has to say here. Leave me alone! Sorry, I need to ask a couple questions. I guess so. Do you know of the Morytania in whispers? I really need to meet the Morytania. If you can't talk to me about them, maybe you know someone who will? I understand. But you may not like what you find. Go and talk to Old Man Ral. He might help you. He lives in the center of Sector 1. Okay. That is a good lead here. Get some more information from him. We got the whole deal. Blood tithes, destitution, vampires. Old Man Ral in the center of Sector 1. This is Sector 1. We just need to look around. Old Man Ral. Hello there. Humph. I just want to help. What should I do? Humph. I'm a simple man. What little do I know? Must a man be esteemed before he feels his efforts are truly appreciated? You're answering every question with a question. Am I? You know anything about the monarchy? Some man only knows simple truths. I know is my own business. I share in that which is precious only to those who consider it valuable. Nothing will I share with those who are unknown to me. Can you help? What do you know about anything? I know nothing of you. Sorry to bother you. He's not too happy about it. Old man Rao. Hello there. Not about the task system. That's not what we need to do. The monarchy is unknown to me. What is that for? Being very helpful, is he? Old man Rao. What a mess. Leave me alone. Questions? Can you introduce me to Old Man Rao? Well, I don't need to do that. Just tell him that a friend has recommended you to him. It makes him feel important. That's all it takes. My goodness. He's being very something here. Hello there. Wow, someone said you could help me. Technically, the Trader Sven also said he could help me, but people say things they don't mean. Many times this has been true. It's true. They said you were very well informed. In fact, they had a name for you. Oh yes? What was it? Old Man Rao. He's a very good pal. Not really the time for it, Ryman. Nefarious rascal. The minor ditch snitch. How about the Sage of Sanguinesti? Sage of Sanguinesti, eh? Yes. Saying you were the local font of knowledge. So that's what they call me now, is it? Oh, yes, all the time. And in only the most respectful way. Sage of Sanguinesti. Has a nice ring to it. Yes, that sounds like they were referring to me. What else did they say about me? They said you might be able to help me find some people. Some hidden people. That depends. Did they hide themselves? Or did someone else hide them? Well, hopefully they hid themselves. I need to make contact with the monarchy. Monarchy, eh? Well, it'll take a lot to find them. It's not an easy route up to Sector 3. But that's where they are. You need to follow the symbols in order to get there. And now you should leave. I have little tolerance for people, and talking to you has tired me out. Okay, thanks very much. Follow the symbols, he says. The monarchy symbols. Looking around the mess that is Minor Ditch, we need to find the sickle logos. Showing me the way? Indeed it is. Open doors. Go towards the symbols. It's not as easy as just walking to the places we need to go to. Following the symbols involves a lot of agility. Get closer to the jumps. Jump to the floorboards. Keep following the symbols. Making our own path. Pushing walls. Walk across the floor right in front of this Firewatch. He doesn't care. Crawling under walls. Crawling through tunnels. Balancing. Walking. Sickle logo here. Push another wall. We got this whole place set up. And we are not putting anything back to the way it was before. So we're kind of showing a lot of directions that shouldn't be shown. We got secret tunnels under tables, because this door here is locked. Now that we couldn't just squeeze through one of these holes or something. And now we're over on this side. All sorts of agility XP for just doing stuff here. Climb up shelves, because there's no ceiling above here. Climbing with a halberd. That's also definitely something we're doing here. Under walls. Jump to floorboards. Sometimes we make paths across. Sometimes we just jump. Either way works. going up and down and all around. And there are even some branching paths that will get you to the wrong location. Bit dangerous. Search the pots, and you find a key to the door right here. Use the key you found to unlock the door. This key is stuck in the lock. Another bit of protection of the path that's now permanently ruined. We're a mess. Fun fact about this whole path through the ghetto here. This is the last time I used a full quest route, a full quest walkthrough. Been a few times later where I looked up a few bits, but this is last time I wanted the entire thing, but the place is a whole mess. After that, mostly figured it out. Continue jumping, looking, going. Go outside, inside, upside, downside. Climbing shelves, moving around, making our way everywhere that we can. Up here we got a table and some floorboards over here you can jump to. Jumping. More pots. More ladders. More places. Across a washing line, which is totally in good repair out here. For sure. Not in a terrible state whatsoever. And so far we've been doing a pretty good job of not attracting Firewatch attention. That's also going pretty well. If they catch you, you'll have a bad time. Give or take. Actually not too bad. So there's a sickle symbol. We go up and then back down. I want to get caught by a Firewatch at some point here. Maybe they're just leaving me alone since I got this halberd. Lore reasons they wouldn't actually care about that, but we'll see. Hey, Firewatch. Aha. Firewatch takes an interest in you. You were stunned. I want a word with you. You look positively delicious. Let me help you lose a bit of weight. Either I get a bite or you do my bidding. Which is it, meat sack? We can offer a blood tithe. We can try to fight. Or we can distract them and sneak away. Blood tithe just does a little bit of damage. Fighting will not work. But sneaking away could be a fun time. We don't know that fighting won't work though. But our goal is infiltration. We're just going to distract and sneak away. What? Where? Not the brightest. Distracted, and we are off. Back into the maze of mess down here. Next spot we need to go. Cross another floorboards. Here's the symbol. Keep following it. Here we've got a broken ladder. We need to fix it by going upstairs and grabbing the rest of the ladder. Find the topmost part of the ladder. A lot of broken ladders around. That also slows down the process a bit. Use the ladder on the broken ladder here. I'm missing the top part. Dangerous to climb down. Also, with the state that things are in here, we can probably just bust through a lot of the walls and be fine. Attach the ladder to the bottom part. Climb down the ladder. Now we're on street level. Again. This time at a slightly different section. Made it past some barricades and what have you. Oh, that's pretty good. Now we can open more doors. Make our way through places. See that there's a fireplace here. Amazing. And continue on. Following the symbols. Following where we can go. Climbing ladders that we can. Avoiding spots that we can't do anything about. Jump to floorboards. Having a good time. Decent jumps for our agility level here. Climb down, pushing walls. Use the knife to unhook the latch in this wall. We can push it. Other side. Decorate the symbol on the wall. Push that. Opens a lumpy rug. And down we go. Simple as that. Simple as that. This gets us to an underground area here. With a few people. Running all the way in here. Talking to somebody. We've got Morytania, Flagian, and Vertida. Hi there. Hey, you're with the monarchy, aren't you? Who are you? What are you doing here? I'm a friend of the monarchy. I've come to help. Oh, and I'm just supposed to believe that. You am I? It's true. I was sent by Veliaf. He's the leader. We've just moved base from the Hollows to Bergerac. Veliaf? Is he still alive? Amazing. Well, you'll make a convincing story. So I guess I'll have to believe you for now. Who are you? What do you do here? My name is Vertida. I'm a member of the monarchy here in Morytania. I can't believe people live in these conditions. It's truly terrible. I know. It's the reason why I fight for the monarchy. I presume you have the same sentiments. I was asked to make contact with the monarchy. Well, it seems like you've done that. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll write you out a message to give to Veliaf as proof that the Sanguinity Order of the monarchy exists. Vertida gives you a message. This will explain our current situation and give some proof that the Sanguinity Order of the monarchy exists. Very good. And I suppose we just bring this back? What should we do now? That's really up to you. You can investigate the ghetto a little more, familiarize yourself with the area. However, you'll probably want to get back to where you came from, deliver that message I gave you. Fair enough. Okay, thanks. And while we're here, we'll talk to the other guys here too. Flagian. What do you do here? I'm a researcher. I'm looking for ways to defeat those awful Firewatch. It's looking tough, but we must keep trying. Sounds good to me. Defeat the Firewatch. And all the vampires. And Morytania here. What do you do here? I'm helping to protect the base camp. How about you? What are you doing here? Oh, I'm trying to help out around here. Good. You can always use extra help. Just make sure you don't get in any trouble, or you'll have me to deal with. Fair enough. They got sickles. Reasonable weapon out here in the bleakness of Morytania. Yeah, now we've got the message here. This seems to be a short communique from Vertida. Sent this to Veliaf. Confirms that the Sanguinity Order of the monarchy is operational, but in need of support. That's me. I'm the support. So now we need to get back to Bergerac. Honestly, probably faster to just teleport out, instead of having to go through the entire bit of a maze again. Even if we have to go all the way to Canithus. Still better. Still better. Lost another shark to the ghasts. That's fine. There's actually not really any combat here. Just a little bit of damage it might take. Veliaf. Well met. Well met indeed. What news, my friend? I have a message for you from Vertida. Great. Please, let me see it. Hand over the message to Veliaf. Bad news. Looks like the vampires are bringing in fresh victims from somewhere. These beasts just don't know when to stop. I've also heard disturbing news from Penodomus that needs to be investigated. What should we do about the vampires? We need to get assistance from somewhere. Maybe Mislin will come to Morytania's aid. If we could persuade Rold to send us some troops, that would be a start. What should we do about Penodomus? I'm not sure. There are some odd reports from that area recently. People going missing and some odd noises being heard. It would certainly help to talk to Drezel, find out from him what he thinks is going on. What do you need me to do? Firstly, we need you to talk to Drezel and ask him what the activities near Penodomus. Drezel will likely also want you to pass some information on to the king. Then press onwards to Varrock and seek an audience with King Rold. Express the desperate nature of the situation here and beg him to send troops. Any tips to offer? Well, you could offer to guide one of the Bergerac villagers up to Penodomus. Might be nice to have company for the trip. Okay, thanks. That is one way to get to Paradomus, I suppose. A rousing round of temple trekking. Oh boy. Unfortunately, we can't use any of the rewards for that, so Alternatively, we could just teleport to Canifis. Honestly, faster. The house. Continues to be fantastic. Fantastic time. Getting some use out of this Canifis portal here. All works out. I think this does seem to be probably at least around the same speed as taking the fairy ring that is in the base. Because we need to go to a fairy ring and then go there. So mausoleum entrance. Go talk to Drezel here. Down in the temple. Hey, Drezel. How's it going? We don't need the Wolfbane dagger back. Something else. Greetings again, adventurer. How go your travels in Morytania? Is it as evil as I've heard? Oh yeah. Hey, Drezel. Well, you have sent me. Apparently there have been some strange goings-on, which you need me to investigate. Actually, that's a bit odd, isn't it? Because in Morytania, strange is the order of the day. I'd have been more surprised if there had been reports of things going back to normal. Good. I'm glad you're keeping your sense of humor. It'll help you to maintain mental clarity while dealing with the tasks you've been given. Okay, then. What do you want me to do? Hurry up, I've got to go and speak to King Roald. Or rather, Roald. We've been on first-name terms for quite a while now. Funny that, eh? A lowly adventurer like me, having mates like you and the king of a country. Still, at least I haven't lost my common touch. Just check around the building, will you? Make sure there's nothing funny going on. Ivan mentioned that he heard some strange noises recently. Not too near, just outside of the temple grounds. Come let me know if you find something. Okay. How is Ivan? Is he okay? He is as well as can be expected, considering the circumstances. He's a very confused young man, and at the moment, what with his shadowy events since started his life, well, his parents died in the Sanguinisti region, though he still holds hope that they may be found alive. The death of Sandy has really affected him as well. Like him, she was an orphan. They had a lot in common. So, it's all so incredibly tragic. Wish there was something I could do for him. Well, you brought him here, which was very brave. He's very grateful to you. It's remarkable, really. He has this inner calmness I find so affecting. His studies go well, and he has Saradomin's blessings. It's clear to me. I would see him a worthy successor as protector of Paradomus, when all of his teachings are done, naturally. And where were these sounds heard? Ivan said he heard them occasionally at odd times during the day, but usually when it's very quiet. We both looked around near the temple, but we didn't find anything. We were both a bit nervous about going any further west than the steppes. Do you think the sounds could have come from beyond the steppes? I mean, from further west? It's certainly possible, and more than likely. We'd be grateful you could extend our search as wide as possible. Did you hear the sounds as well? I must confess, I have heard some strange things around here, like hushed voices. So maybe Ivan was whispering to you? They didn't sound human. Right, that's different. What did they sound like? Well, very gruff, almost animal-like, and speaking guttural common tongue. Never fear. Inspector, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic, is here. I'll work this out, Drezel, don't you worry. Has anyone seen or reported anything unusual? Unfortunately, they have. Several people have gone missing from the local limestone mining area. Other locals have reported seeing shadowy figures moving along the Paradomus path, which goes from Paradomus to Varrock. Now there's nothing to suggest that this is anything more than just an enterprising, though perhaps ruthless bunch of brigands. If it is, simply give them a taste of Michelin law and order. And if it turns out to be more than that, well then, my friend, I'll pray that Saradomin's blessings be upon you, that he guides your actions, keeps you safe from harm. How incredibly reassuring. Don't take that tone with me, young man. Saradomin's powers are not to be underestimated. Okay. Then we got areas where the problems are at. We can go check it out. Since it's on the other side, we can just run through the temple here. These guys don't exist. Past the steps, they say. That's doable. That's definitely doable. Climb up the ladder. Enjoy the darkness. There's definitely something going on up there. Temple. Stairs. Right here. Slightly different than it used to be. That's alright. In the bushes. You search the bushes and find someone lying unconscious. That's not good. And then behind us, we get attacked. I told you to hide it properly. Not to worry, now we've got more. Nah, we can't take him. He'll look suspicious. Let's go. Have you got the tithe? Of course. Suspicious. Ow. We're okay, though. That was a good time when we don't get killed by werewolves. Real question is, how much do we actually learn as we are attacked from behind there? What information can we say? We know the attack that they used was giant claws, talking about tithes. Very vampires connected, for sure. Drizzle! Hey there. Hello, hardcore ultimate Ironman Artic. Did you find anything out nearby? Yes, perhaps a bit too much. How do you mean, hardcore ultimate Ironman Artic? But for the grace of Saradomin, am I here now? I was attacked from behind. Did you see the assailants? Not clearly, but I believe they could have been werewolves, or at least a type of werewolf. This is terrible, terrible news. They found a way to get across the salve. I know, it's very worrying. Must make immediate preparations and meet with other members of my order. You must hurry directly to King Rold and impart this information to him. Here, take these runes. They should help you return to Varrock faster. I'll leave a handful of runes. Appreciate it. Very well. Make way and bid you good luck. Likewise, hardcore man, Artic. Teleport to Varrock. We also have the technology to just go into the house, so runes for the teleport here. Either way, we were prepared. Talking to the king. We got a lot of problems. Everything's problems. Like this giant floating quest symbol. King Rold. Hey. Talking about Darkness of Hollowvale. Hello, Rold. I must speak with you on a matter of grave importance. Certainly. What seems to be the problem? I am witness to a great many terrible things happening in Morytania, some of which could be happening in Mistlin before long. That sounds pretty grave. Please, go on. I have, for some time now, been helping a collection of brave freedom fighters, the Monarchy, fight against the darkness of Morytania. The land is controlled by a dark, merciless overlord, known as Draken. He and his vampiric kin farm humans for their blood. People, my lord, men and women like your own loyal subjects, who live such pitiful and desolate lives that death is a welcome end for them. It sounds shocking. Awful. Yes, of course, we must do something. I would beg my lord not to give in so easily to this very compassionate nature. We know not if these people are loyal Saradomin supporters, my liege. Oh yes, we do need to consider that as well. You're right, of course, Aonsing. Do you know if these people follow Saradomin? Sire, I'm not certain, but surely this isn't an issue. They are in dire need. As are many, my young friend. Is the king meant to leave Mistlin unguarded on the whim of some errant adventurer? But you don't understand. I also need to tell you that I have been seen beasts from Morytania roaming around Mistlin. I'm almost certain they were werewolves. I saw them west of the River Salve, beyond the grounds of the temple, Paterdomus. I dare say you gave fight and slaughtered the foul beasts where they stood. I'm sad to say I did not. I had no chance, sire. I was knocked unconscious before I could properly react. Please, sir, Mistlin must come to the aid of the people of Morytania. The monarchy cannot fight this battle against the vampires by themselves. Yes. I'll ready my army and prepare to enter Morytania via Paterdomus. Morytania has for too long threatened the borders of Mistlin. My lord, this course of action will lead to very severe consequences. Your interference in Morytania will likely upset the balance. Could send the world into another cataclysmic god war. But Dragon has invaded Mistlin. I must respond. There's no proof that Dragon has invaded Mistlin, my lord. Yes, there was. I saw it with my own eyes. Being knocked out by agents unknown does not constitute evidence. In fact, it's something that the most inexperienced of local folk could accomplish. I can't just stand here and do nothing. And think I must try to help if I can. I'm afraid with the Gathixian edicts regarding religious balance, there's little else we can do. Of course, there are measures we can state to take which might have an influence on that. Well, speak up, man. We haven't got all day. The Gathixian edicts govern spiritual balance, sire. Perhaps these need closer study. In addition, we need to consider a reduction in the Gathixian influence we are forced to endure in our religious affairs. But that will take ages. We need to act now. As you say, sire, it'll take some time. We now pay the price for our lack of foresight in letting Gathixian edicts restrict the might of Saradomin's will. Yes, yes. And we start to make amends for that now, can't we? Yes, sire. There's some papers to sign, but essentially we can start working on this right away. Signing papers? Is that the sum total of aid that Mistlin can provide to Morytania? Hold your disrespectful tongue. How dare you address the king that way? We should throw you in the stocks. I'm sorry. Ansing is my advisor. What he says, while it pains me, is the truth. However, I will enact mercenary protocol. This will allow able-bodied men to fight in the defense of Mistlin for glory and spoils. You'll find that many sword arms from Mistlin should soon join the resistance force. In the meantime, we'll look into the Gathixian edicts and find a way to rid ourselves of Draken for good. Why can't you send troops to Morytania? The followers of Gothics keep a careful account of the balance of religious and spiritual beliefs in the world. At the moment, things are in balance. If I send troops to Morytania, Draken will call for Zamorakian followers to come to his aid, most likely through a portal to another realm. Like Xanaris? Similar. Instead of fairies, you'll find creatures of such incarnate evil that will make Morytania seem like a goblin cave. So if I send troops, we'll start a bloody war, and both Saradominus and Zamorakian forces will collide. It will tempt another god war, and followers of Gothics are bound by oath to fight to keep the balance. When all three sides are joined in war, according to edicts, Gothics will reawaken and remake the world without mercy for the pain of beast or man. So we should try to avoid that then. Yeah. Well, the mercenary protocol means people can fight with the blessings of the king in defense of the realm. Normally, if a force of armed men is amassed, it may be considered a threat to Mistlin's national security. We'd have to send the army to disband them. However, if a group of men form a mercenary company, they can be registered and are allowed certain rights as long as they operate within the law. They're essentially swords for hire, and we don't usually allow such things. The situation in Morytania requires some action. Fortunately, this is the best thing I can think of at the moment. Now, what should I do now? That's all the aid we're getting. As for you to decide, I would assume that you wish to report back to your comrades in Morytania. If they're relying on support from Mistlin, you may need to let them know that it might take some time before that happens. So I came all this way for nothing? It's not nothing, then you have an audience with the king? Your lack of respect astonishes me. How you have survived so long with such disgraceful manners is nothing short of a miracle. Sorry, sire. I had just hoped for so much more. Well then, I must try to do something to satisfy you. I'll have my advisor, Hansing, teleport you to Paradomus in order you're more quickly on your way. Will you accept my offer? Sure. Free teleport to Paradomus. Very good. My advisor, Hansing, will teleport you back. The best of luck to you. Prepare yourself for teleportation. Whoop! And a good spot. We're going to talk to Dressel. He's right here. Hey, Dressel! We figured out some stuff. Everything's terrible. How's it going? How's it going on your end? Don't need items. Music and adventurer. How are your travels in Morytania? Evil I've heard? Yeah. Dressel, I have returned from Varrock with bad news. King Roland isn't able to send troops for our fight against the Dragons. Apparently some Gathixian edicts need to be scrutinized in more detail, or else the balance will be affected. Oh dear. Yes, of course. The Gathixian edicts, which govern the balance of power within these realms, must be taken into consideration. I learned something about them during my training. I can certainly understand that if Saradomin's power were to substantially increase, the Dragons would waste no time in calling on their dark brethren from other realms. Can you explain a little about these Gathixian edicts? Well, only a little. Gathix is merely a nature god of some average power, nothing really compared to Saradomin. However, his followers, the Druids of Taverley, and other creatures located around the world, believe him to lie in slumber. They also believe that Gathix made the world, and according to their history, Gathix was said to have evicted the remaining gods from the world during the God Wars, and banished or destroyed any powerful entity aligned to a god, leaving only mortals here. Of course, the Church of Saradomin is highly skeptical of all this. So the world belongs to Gathix, then? Of course not. Well, that's what the Gathix followers believe. There are aspects of other gods which people in the world admire and wish to venerate. According to Gathixian followers, when all the gods were banished, a sort of religious balance was created, which needs to be maintained. The followers of Gathix have said that if a second war of the gods were to begin, Gathix would be so angry that he would remake the world, destroying civilization as we know it. Again, both Saradomist and Zamorakian beliefs differ on this point. That seems a bit unfair. Doesn't he care for people? Thought Gathix was meant to be a good god. He's a god of nature and hates to see imbalance. So even though there is evil in the world, Gathix sees it as a necessary in order to keep the balance. Tolerance of evil by good keeps the powers of good and of law in check, and vice versa. So how does this relate to the edicts? Most leaders of the world rely on some of, indeed much of, the advice of spiritual advisors, and the edicts forbid any action that might lead to an imbalance of power. All spiritual teachings follow the concept of balance in some form or other, though some followers of Saradomin and Zamorak think the concept of balance, stipulated by Gathix's followers, might be different to what Gathix will act on. What do we do now? The monarchy will need to know all you have experienced so far. I'm sure they will be grateful. If you have the stomach for it, I'm sure Veliaf would gladly accept your further assistance. I, for one, am grateful for your efforts. Recently, I have noticed that more people are making their way to Paradomus through Morytania and into Mistlin. Is that anything to do with you, I wonder? Alright, thanks. Now we get to go back to Veliaf. Easy enough. See if we lose another shark. Bet we do. Yep. Veliaf. Hey there. Well met, Veliaf. I have some news for you. Hello, Harker Ultimate Ironman, Artic. It's good to see you again. I was attacked near Paradomus. When I checked around near Paradomus, I was attacked by two beasts. I think they were werewolves. Believe they found a way to cross the River Salve. This is most likely Draken's doing, or at least one of his minions. The werewolves, like us, have to pay tithes. However, they are more than willing to take the lives of humans to pay their blood tithes. King Roll cannot send troops. I have talked to him at great length, and have been unable to persuade him to send troops. While talking with him, his Saradomus advisor kept interrupting. He cited Gathixian edicts as a reason to not sending aid. How does this prevent Roland from sending troops? Roland is concerned that sending troops down to Morytania might propagate another war between the gods. If he sends troops, Draken might call for Zamorakian followers from another realm, escalate, but the Church of Saradomin is looking into it now. I know you are only the messenger, but you do bear bitter news. There has long been a desire by the Saradominists to see Gathixian power eroded away. I'm not so well versed with such dealings, but it smells like politics to me. Roland did agree to enact a mercenary protocol. He thought some brave souls from Mistlin might heed this call to arms, take up their swords in the name of the resistance. Roland said it was the best he could offer for the moment, without contravening the Gathixian edicts. Now what? There must be something else we can turn to. We must inform the head of the Sanguinicity Order of the monarchy of these events. Please go as fast as you can. back to the Sanguinicity hideout. Forward this information to the leader there. Okay. Informing everyone of everything going on here. And as far as getting back to the Sanguinicity hideout, we do have another option now, which is pretty convenient. Just need to get back into Morytania. It's easy enough. Just gotta get on a boat, have a good time. Or, not a good time, I guess. We're going to Morytania. Hard to have a good time in Morytania, honestly. But what we can do is avoid the maze of ups and downs. What we need to do is talk to a Firewatch. One that we can reach, preferably. Climbing. Firewatch. They're just flying away. How rude. Go grab one from the ground floor here. Also, Firewatch outside. I don't know if those can actually take you anywhere. Let's get into here. It's a good start. Climbing over some rubble. Okay. Firewatch. Hello? Go at your business, meat sack, before I permit you real good. Alright, we need to get caught. Hello? You lost, food sack. Take an interest. You're stunned. Stand where you are. You look positively delicious. Let me help you lose a bit of weight. You'll get better you do by bidding. What is it, meat sack? Send me to the mines. Do a bit of menial work. Very well. To the mines. Normally getting sent to the mines would be a bad time. What do you get? Teleport here. Juvenite guards. How's it going? Hey, how do we get out of here? When we fill the minecart, we'll think about it. Minish miner. Hello there. Oh, hello. Where are we? What? You can't tell from your surroundings that you're in a mine? Wasn't been hit on the head? Hard to not notice that. What do you do here? We're miners. Perhaps that might give you a clue. We're forced to mine these for those stinking buyers. Once we filled the cart, they sometimes let us go back to Morytania. But then we get tithed. Don't know if I prefer it here or out there. How do you get out of here? They can't keep you in here forever, because they have to tithe you. So once you fill the cart, they let you go. It takes about 15 loads to get the cart filled. 15 loads of ore. What is it that you're mining, anyway? We're mining for Dalt. Don't really know what it does. We don't ask too many questions. I've been doing it since I was a kid. Carts keep getting filled, keep going along the tracks. Goes to some huge refinery place it does. Massive, like another city under the earth. What? Have you seen this place? Not myself, but other people I know of have seen it, and they wouldn't lie. You two shut up and get back to work. Fair enough. Dalt, or mining it. Bop. Bop. Brought this bronze pickaxe just for this. We need 15 pieces. Not used to be noted. You enough space? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep. So even if I had to put them all in the cart at the same time, we would have this under control. Well, that's good. Mining and smith and rework. Just hanging out here. Don't need to switch sides of the walls or nothing. Not that mining this was difficult at all anyways, so here we are. A little bit of mining XP. Not bad. Definitely more worried about the smithing XP than the mining XP. Well, that's for later. As we continue, we're getting closer and closer to a better method training. It's what we consider for a lot of skills. When we need to train, what levels we need to get, when it's better to just wait. All the information. That's everything that's coming up later. Definitely does help quite a bit. 15 ore. Definitely a good stack of ore here. But if it allows us to not go through all the agility, it's worth it. fill it. He's storing mine rocks in. Hold another 15 loads of ore. Fill it up. Place in the cart. Guard. Hey, how do I get out of here? You filled the minecart, well think about it. But I've filled the minecart. Okay, I guess you can go then, food sack. Sends you back through the mines. And releases us way at the north. This is the mine hole rift. And from here, we can just run south a little bit. It's super convenient and very cool. Got some other buildings here. Stuff that looked like it used to be things. Like a fishing shop there. Keep running south. Going through buildings. And up to where we were when we were on the trail. In this triple building here. There's a lot of different ruined buildings, mess. You can kind of keep track of where you're going. Jump to the floorboards and down. Really is just that easy. Push the wall, push the wall, open the rug, climb down. A bit of a process. That's okay. Back in the base here. Talking to Vertita again. I'm back with terrible news. Well met. Marquis prevails. What can I do for you? I have a message from Veliath. Bad news, I'm afraid. Sent on a mission to Mistlin to seek help of Roald. We hope that Roald might send troops to aid us in our quest against the vampires. On the way, though, I came across some werewolves to the west of the Paradomus and the River Salve. This is disastrous. Things seem to be going from bad to worse. You will have to communicate this information to Saphalan directly, my friend. He needs to know as soon as possible. Where is Saphalan, and what does he look like? He's out on a mission sketching Castle Draken. He's taken the wall route, so you need to do the same. There's a barricade that prevents further travel north. It's located under the wall. You'll need to search the wall southeast of the barricade to release the lock on the door. It'll be unlocked for 2 minutes. There's a catch on the door, so you can always open it when you approach from the north. Okay, great, that's helpful. Now, how can I recognize Saphalan? He's very distinctive. It shouldn't be a problem trying to find him if you know where to look, and you've got a good set of eyes on you. Okay. What do you think this means for us? Whole monarchy situation. I'm not sure. Saphalan is the best one to talk to regarding that. However, we can but hope for the best, and a quick and painless death. How very comforting. So what do we need to do? Go and scout out the castle by following the great Vire Wall to the west. There's barricades which prevent travel north. Looking at the wall, you need to search the wall so you see the barricade to release the lock on the door. Locked for 2 minutes. Catch on the door, so always open when you approach from the north. Careful, the Fire Watch won't see you. Okay, great. That's helpful. Any other details? Saphalan's on mission at the moment. He wishes to turn to base when he hears your news. So it'd be helpful if you could offer to take his mission over for him. I'm going to the wall now, so you can come with me it'll be quicker than going back on your own. Any way to get past the agility and climbing all around. Lead the way. Continue leads you quickly through the ghetto. And that's quite the feat, going quickly. Now we're back at the southern portion here. Just in a place. We need to take the wall path. A slightly different way. Yet another direction through Mire Ditch here. Place is a mess. Place is a mess. Climbing back up this way. Still haven't had a reason to take the boat out. Because if you're leaving Mire Ditch, you're mostly leaving the entire situation here. It's faster to just go. Anyways, we need to head north along the wall here. Mostly, it works out. There's certain sections where the wall is broken. That does make it a little bit more difficult. But we have ladders and kind of a covered roof here a little bit. Nothing super crazy. Search the rocky surface here. Notice the rock seems to move. Push some here, mechanical click. That opens up the wall. Another barricade taken care of. Love to see it. Another ladder here. Because we can't get past this barricade. Also, these are probably structural. So we couldn't get past them even if we wanted to. The ability of flight would be pretty convenient for a lot of this. Going up on this roof. Back down here to cross another pit. There's the barrows. That's right there. We continue along the wall. Just all the way. All the way up. The Firewatch don't seem to care too much. Haven't been caught too many times. Well, it's all working out. Another ladder here. And this area is slightly different. Talk to Saphalan. Hello, my name is Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. I come with a very important message from Vertida. Vertida, eh? What makes you think I know a Vertida? He's asked me to come and seek you out, working with Veliaf in Bergerac. Ah, Veliaf, Marquis Prevail. My friend, you're just the tonic for my otherwise black mood. Tell me, what news comes from the west? I would have seen King roll to see if he could send troops to aid our situation. Unfortunately, his advisor reminded him that Gothixian edicts prevent his intervention at this time. Gothixian edicts, eh? Well, I commend you on your efforts to rally support for our cause. But I have a strange feeling about Rold's reasons for not aiding us. I seem to remember that Gothixian edicts have been given as a reason before when help was requested. I'm afraid that's not all. I was attacked by werewolves on the western side of the Salve, near to Paterdomus. I was knocked unconscious and left for dead. That is terrible. They must have found a way to thwart the Salve's magic influence. But if so, why doesn't Dragon start a full onslaught? You have done well to bring this information to me. I must return now to the base camp in order to discuss this information, work out what must be done. Can I help in some way? Yes, you certainly can, my friend. I was on a mission to scout this castle. We need to get plans on the castle in order to mount an attack. I have yet to start, but please, could you take over for me? I can certainly try. Are there any specific details I should know? Indeed there are. We need sketches of the northern, western, and southern sides of the castle. I've checked the situation out with regards to the Firewatch flight patterns. It'll attract less attention if you quickly make your way to the north and do that sketch first. Then sketch the western side, and finally finish off here at the southern aspect. So I'm going to give you some charcoal and papyrus. Just in case you run into some troubles and need some more, you can get some more papyrus off of Old Man Rao. He's helped us out once or twice before. Good luck, my friend. Return to the base camp when you have completed the plans. Okay. Sounds good. Run to the north of the castle. And of course the wall to the north doesn't actually go there, so we need to go all the way around. And this is the castle now. Also looks very different than it did originally. Well, that's okay. Running all the way around. Another great time to appreciate the run energy changes. That allow us to just run forever in a lot of ways. Running, running, running. Castle. Inside darkness of the castle. Here is a good spot. Use the charcoal on papyrus. Start sketching the north side of the castle. Spot Vesrum claws with some people. So yes, the Lady of Venescula. We are getting maximum yield from the current rotation, and more tithes are coming in all the time. Good, good. You seem to be well in control. If I remember, ma'am, I had little choice. You were quite persuasive the last time we met. Ha ha ha. Vanstrom, you do make me laugh. Perhaps a light refreshment, my lady. This is from the fresh batch. Why, these blood times, you're really spoiling us. Viciously efficient as ever, Vanstrom. You never fail to please your masters. Delicious. Well, it's been lovely as usual, Vanstrom. transforms to the more vampire form. But we really have to get on. And they fly out. The same is true for me, my lady. They're just going. Vanstrom flies away. They're doing stuff. Concerning. Keep on getting out of here. Quicker we can be out of the way, the better here, clearly. Whole thing's a mess. Whole thing's a mess. Vampires. And they're even more powerful than the Firewatch. They're the main guys here. Main situation. Charcoal on papyrus. Start sketching. The Western approach. It's just going to be a picture of big circle. Used to look a little bit more castle-y. But we will get to that much later. One more sketch to make, yeah? With our charcoal and papyrus. Having a good time. Start sketching. Start Vanstrom Kloss flying out from a balcony. He spots you. That's not good. Ha! So we meet again, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Prepare to die. Starts punching us. Yeah! To roundhouse kick. Yeah. Oh no, he hit a little bit of damage. A little bit more. We're just sitting here. Getting knocked out. Sorry for the interruption, Lord Vanstrom, but Lady Vanescula requests that this individual be questioned before being used as a punch bag. I take no orders from food sacks like you, Kyle. Attend to this yourself. In any case, he wasn't much of a punch bag anyway. And he leaves. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. Everything's great. Ow. Awaken. There are things for you to know. Huh? What happened? Your life may be forfeit, but for now you live. My mistress will understand my motives. She has an interest in the one you call Saphalan. As a kind gesture for my intervening on your behalf, I take it as a kindness that you would deliver a message to him. Message you will find secreted behind tiles where smoke is carried away from the depiction of statuesque evil. And now, be away. But forget not the task that Saphalan has set for you. For why else would you be here? Alright. We need to find a secret message. Hidden. In Morytania. Specifically near the fireplace we saw. We're just going to get in there. Yay. Also, we need to actually finish the third sketch before we leave. That'd be a good thing to not forget. My goodness. The Firewatch basically refused to pay attention to me. I just came through the agility way here, through all the houses. Look at the fireplace. Fireplace looks pretty old. It certainly hasn't been dusted recently. See loose tiles, scratch marks, where some sort of sharp instrument was used. Knife. Carefully use a knife to loose the tile. Found a message stuffed behind the loose tile in the fireplace. This is the fireplace, apart from the portrait here. There's portrait. Slice it. Slash the painting inside. You see a large ornate key. We'll take it. There's ornate evil painting and all that. An ornate key. I will take it. I will take it. And now we need to continue on to the base, which is not too far at this point, which is nice. Basically, we're in the same spot here. It is the continued entrance over to get to the base, because we can't go into this building because the doors are locked. It all works out. It all works out. And how Saphalan should be back here. All the time we spent trying to get the Firewatch to bring us to the mines. And also all the time we spent getting the sketches done. Definitely had time to get back here. And consult with everyone else here. See what we can't get done. Make more progress. Saflan, how's it going? Hey, I've returned. Marquis Prevail. Marquis Prevail. I have all the sketches for you. You have my gratitude, friend. Marquis Prevail. Need to take a good look at these and see if we can find something. What should I do now? Good question. Didn't you mention something about Sarius and a message? Yes. I have a message for you, Saflan. It may be important. A message? Where from? It's a message that Sarius Guile made known to me. Earlier she had meant it for you. Can we read the message? To the hopeful reader. Compelled to commit my experience to paper. Perhaps it to ease my conscience at the crimes I've committed against my fellow man. Perhaps I hope that in some way these details will help my fellows struggle against the Vyres. My unbearable duty upon the value of my family's lives is to assist in an underground laboratory. Each day I aid the stinking Vyres with their diabolical experiments. I claim that the research will aid us, but I am aware of their darker purpose. The times do not come fast enough for them. They're always hungry for more. Ever more mouths to feed as countless more Vyres are created. The never-ending need for more human blood. Against our will, we tinker and toil with compounds, experimenting, researching, and recording, but to what aim? It's clear to me now that it's not our aid, but to our efficiency in producing more blood. As the farmer feeds livestock to fatten our food, so too the Vyres seek to fatten our blood. It has not gone well for the Vyres, and just now the laboratory is closed down. All outward manner of its appearance is disguised to hide its purpose, and all my fellow associates with it have disappeared. With such haste and secrecy did this come about, that I dare to think some rare and dangerous thing has been discovered there. Something that may put fear into the hearts of the Vyre, if indeed a heart should beat there at all. Been so long now, they came looking for me many times already. They would not rest until I was caught if they knew that I have the means to access that place again, hidden in depictions of statuesque evil. If I get chance, I shall return, learn what I can to pass on to my brothers in arms. However, if my eyes are not the last to read this message, then I beg you, dear reader, to do what you can to discover the secret of this place, and, if found, use it if you can to incite the destruction of the Vyre. The laboratory lies in the northeast mire ditch, south of the mines, north of Trekel's fish shop, and east of the Skull in a Chest Inn. Marquis Prevail. We saw the ruins of the fish shop. The fact there was a fish shop and an inn speaks to it being slightly better here in Mire Ditch previously. But that's not exactly a high bar, is it? My goodness. Marquis Prevail. Marquis Prevail. I have a message. Might be important. Message from where? There's that Sarius Guile made known to me. I believe she meant it for you. Show the message to Saflan. Interesting. This message gives details of some sort of laboratory. Maybe there's something interesting, some information there, which we should find out. Now that... Go back to this. A little bit preemptive there. No, again. Looking at mounting an attack on the vampires, we also need to see the so-called laboratory exists. You could look for it if you like. It might help us out. Or if you find anything helpful. Look into the laboratory. Got it. Let's go. They said where it is. It's up to the northeast. We're already in the northeast, so that at least takes care of that. We also broke the depiction of statuesque evil tapestry business. We got the key already. Well, that's good. Last thing we need to worry about here. Just a little up to the north here. Jump some floorboards, climb down a ladder, open a door, go to the places. Go, 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 go. What a mess. This place is such a mess. There's really not as many people as you'd expect here either. That's probably more of a game business than actual information about how Ashley is going. Anyways. Up to the north. A little bit further. We can see a tapestry. But what else? Door here. Over on this side. All the different little alleyways and such, too. It's the whole thing. Tapestry. Slice it. What's over here? Slicing everything with knives. Works. Big door. Vampire statue. Search the statue. Seems to pick some sort of female vampire, perhaps a Firewatch. I think it represents an individual, but rather a general class of Firewatch. Hands are lifted up in the air as if holding something invisible. Closer inspection shows the handle seems smoother than the other parts of the statue. Key. Give. And it bends down. Carefully place the large ornate key in the statue's hands. Hear grinding sounds as the hand moves downwards. A mechanical click to the north. That opens the door. Definitely a way to have the key. Presumably still functions as a key and not just a weight. Could have a very specific weight though. Down in the laboratory, everything's a mess. Got a broken rune case here. Search that to get various runes, which also does include the telegraph runes. We got skeletons, bookshelves, lab tables, mess of stuff on the ground, no snaking tunnel over here yet, and a book, which we can telegraph. The book. HCUIM Alchemy. Blood magic. Read it. Looks seems far too complex for you at the moment. But we found this. Everything else seems to be a mess. The fact that they got out here and possibly destroyed everything, kinda. We just left the book there. It's definitely something. Back to base. Which isn't too bad to get to. Back. Here again. Hey, Saphalan. How's it going? Well met, Saphalan. Something you may be interested in. Found it in the laboratory. Hand the book of HCUIM Alchemy over to Saphalan. Takes the volume and quickly flicks through some of the pages of the large tome. You've done well, Harcourt Ultimate Ironman, Artic. Very well indeed. This tome looks like it contains research notes, which might give us some clues as to the vampire's weaknesses. Well, whatever it is, someone went to a lot of trouble to try and hide it. I can believe that, Harcourt Ultimate Ironman, Artic. And once again, you have our gratitude. For my part, your arrival has not come soon enough. I have a feeling that your efforts in our struggle are not yet over. I, for one, would be grateful for your continued assistance. Together we can pull back the darkness of Hollowvale. I'll do what I can, Saphalan. You have my support. Then I must beg you for a small task. To return to Veliath with a message to advise him of what has transpired here. I realize that bearing messages seems somewhat lowly, but your ability to pass in and out of the Sanguinity region without being detected makes you perfect for this assignment. I also have a small gift for you, which should make your journeys through Mardich a tad faster. It's a key that will allow you to open 2 doors. The first is in Sector 1, and the other in Sector 2. The key is shaped to help you find the doors it will open. Someone gives you a sealed message addressed to Veliath, and the key. Very well, I'll do as you bid. Farewell. Farewell, and good luck, my friend. Yeah, this key opens 2 of the doors, but it's such a mess trying to figure out which door it is and make sure you go the correct direction as it twists back on itself. It's still just easier to just leave entirely, which we're going to. And back to Veliath. Almost made it through the swamp without losing a shark. Miss, and then they got me. Rotten food. Didn't use any of them, though. Wasn't even a problem. Veliath! How's it going? Well, my Veliath, I have some news for you. Hello, Harcourt Ultimate Ironman, Artic. It's good to see you again. Message from Saphalan on the Sanguinity Order of the Monarchy. Really? Well, let's see it then. Hand over the message to Veliath. That reads the message quite thoroughly. Well, it seems that you have more than proven yourself worthy, Harcourt Ultimate Ironman, Artic. Saphalan himself has recommended you for promotion to the rank of a private within the Monarchy Regulars. And for your trouble, I'm going to give you this rather prestigious Tome of Experience. Veliath gives you a 3-charge Tome of Experience. Quest complete. And that is rewards that we get. 2 quest points, Tome XP, 3 chapters of 2,000 XP each, and a skill level 30 plus, 7,000 agility, 6,000 thieving, and 2,000 construction XP, access to Morytania, the shortcut key, and Bergdorf Ramble once that exists, because it doesn't yet. Would be helpful if it did, though. But anyways, we will get our XP here. There's also a good milestone quest points here. It's 225. All the XP is going in Herblore. Always a good choice. 6,000 total XP. I'll definitely take that. Herblore. Lovely. And then we can get rid of all these other bits we don't need. Shortcut key. And knife for the pickaxe. We'll eat these sharks, since we didn't get to eat any of the other ones. And we'll need charcoal, or fire runes, or water runes. Do need the hammer still, because we're going to be doing the last bits of construction here for right now, as the cash stack is dwindling. We'll be making more money in the future. I got some stuff I want to do sooner rather than later. Alright, finish up a little bit of construction here. Maybe even decorate. And then continue next time. Goodbye.